Americas, ranking from 137, which was underdeveloped, to 22, developed in a span of just 5 years. With great pleasure, we will now be welcoming Mr. Rajeev Kharyal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warmly welcome him. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Little intro of Tatas, as most of us know, but the way we are told internally. By now, this is a group of 20 lakh crore. And what is the USP of having a trust factor with Tata is to be understood. By now, the 4 founders have created 11 trusts. So Tata Sons earning annually is around 10,000 crore, if I quote that. And from there, 66% of the earning goes to these 11 trusts, which are the donations and ISC Bangalore and things like that. And the balance 34%, they claim that 30% is kept as equity whenever they buy, like 𝗘𝗱𝗶𝗁 or any business expanding TCS, Tata Motors. The 4% component belongs to 10 surnamed Tata families. And that, Ratan Tata claims that instead of 4, we take 3%, in a meaning that last year, 300 crore has gone to 10 families. And on average, the humble collection is 30 crores. And that is the way the Tatas work for. So this is small intro for Tatas. Coming to the kind of, they are not into the niche business like TCS and Tata Motors, but they have now grown into a distribution business as well, where we are dealing with the whole society. If you talk about 𝗘𝗱𝗶𝗁, 1/3 of Delhi, we are dealing with 20 lakh customers. So it's like 𝗘𝗱𝗶𝗁, bottom of pyramid. And where 19 lakh customers give us only 50%. And the balance, 1/2 lakh customers, gives us another 50%. So we have to divide our segment where the predominant customers are bottom of the pyramid, as we are dealing the whole elephant of the society. But since morning, I am finding 7 speakers who are taking tusk and trunk and something like that. So bear with me, because my presentation will be like old songs you heard recently in your COVID period, because we are dealing with the bottom of pyramid. So bear with that. So coming directly, we are talking next gen. For me, 𝗘𝗱𝗶𝗁. Next gen means that we have moved from letter telephony to multi-channels, whereby we say that a simple buzzword, because we are dealing 3,000 employees and 6,000 workforce who day in, day out go for reading, metering installation, new connection, no supply. That's the essential service. So we say that we have to work on the speed, on experience, and the quality. So this is the SEQ on which our align the whole 9,000 people. And to align SEQ for customer delivery for next gen, we are working on tips. The tips talk about on the SEQ improvement, it is on technology, it is on infrastructure front, it could be on people front, it could be on process, but the end result has to be seen as the customer satisfaction. So these are the 2 buzzwords we carry as a customer first within the organization. You have to focus on SEQ with the foundation of tips. A kind of internal communication, as I shared that there are numerous reasons to make communication internally, but to workers and to managers and to management, it has to be into buzzword. Unless it is a buzzword, a lot of boardroom presentation doesn't yield to the ground zero where the customer is attended. Giving a small glimpse of internal communication, we have bifurcated, because one side I'm dealing the whole customer's experience, the other side I'm dealing the niche key customers like Dila here, which gives me nearly 40%. So what we are saying is that there are 3 levels of information coming on the call center. One is a set of query, the other is request, and third is the complaint. And within complaint, then subsequent escalations also, because he's not satisfied yet. But as 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Gulf communication expert, said that 3 V's, we have segmented our response accordingly. Very humble like, because that's the kind of it. So 7% of the text is going to the queries, because these are the customers who doesn't want to talk to us. They just want to know when my bill is due, how much I have paid, when I may get my connections. They don't want to speak to me. And that's how we have matched this with this kind of text and messages. But there are another set of customers who want to take new connections, who want to get meter change. And again, there is okay if they listen on the IVRS. They don't want to listen the voice. They just want to have a pre-recorded, what is the process in it. Within that, we have created an IVRS out of the call center to handle these kind of requests. But definitely, there are instances, there are situations when you deal with unauthorized, when you deal with different customers who have an outstanding amount, who has some dispute in the property. They would come back with us with some complaints and things like that. And that is where 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 says that these 2 channels will not work. You have to literally speak to him. And when we speak to him, and even if that is not satisfied, and that's the reason we allow him to go for escalation on one-to-one interaction in the front desk. We give them an appointment, come physically, have 15 minutes, full understanding of you, and full understanding of me. So this is the 4 segmentation of how to deal with this kind of a customer segment. We were referring to a buzzword. Just to give you a small example of buzzword, how it works, because my portion talks about that. A small case like when we deal with 20 lakh customers, at the consumer premise, we go with a metering van. Somebody applies for a connection, he needs to have a meter. The kind of customer first experience, what we refer to this workers who come from the outer Delhi, because that's the outsourcing, and one engineer of us goes into that van as a supervisor, that by inheritance, this customer is doing a 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏, is opening a ceremony at home, at an office, or a factory, or industry. He's inviting his friends and relatives. And the same relation, he's inviting me also as electrical connection. By design, everybody wants connection. So if that be so, can I be so adamant? Can I be so rules-centric? Can I be so kind of AI based? It has to be human touch. So doing that, when we were dealing with customers, there were a lot of noise that your Haryanvi guys are not talking in sense, they are not coming in good dress, their language is different. So what we created a buzzword that this kind of a man who has 7 elements, which is called secret, and to creativity and personal development and team building and competency and behavioral transformation, we were struggling on these many fronts where we were doing a lot of accidents while working on the line. We have very poor, to some extent, because when you go at home, this connection will remain for next 20 to 50 years. So he has to be a very straight line, a good aesthetics. So that we termed as a non-conformist, which we reached to a good one. So this buzzword has created a lot of good to us. And saying that, by doing this buzzword, it is not limiting to that. We called these 600 people in one stadium where all our engineers and top management standing on the back. So this is the secret. It involves safety, it involves ethics, it involves quality, customer, relationship, excellence, and trust. So these are the 7 elements when we go to any customers to deal with it. So this is the buzzword. Unless we do this kind of it, probably the customer first has to be understood in a wide variety way, because we are dealing the whole society. So from there we say that building trust to a winning hearts, because we are Tatas. So first we have to build a trust, and then we have to reach to a level of winning hearts, because it's an evolving journey. It's an evolving journey because the society keeps on evolving. The same way your response has to evolve. There is another element, again, goal setting and achieving. I'm moving fast because the time has reduced me from 20 to 15 minutes. I just want to do justice. Since I'm a life coach also, so most of my presentation has a dual presentation where like professor, some sheet, and then the corporate sheet. So while you design your person to be posted, it depends on which niche area he has to deal with it. Is dealing the uppermost or the lower one, and accordingly your employee base also varies. But if you're dealing a very premium customers, you have to deploy a person who has the high ability and high will. And this is the kind of any HR jobs or your manager or a general manager job to identify among the all workforce which is the better fit there. So this combination helps us to deal kind of customers with a wide variety of people. There are very few customers who want very basic service, because in 90 lakh customers, there are very senior citizens comes to us. They have ample time and they have a good chat to go through. Either it is on call. So on call, we don't have too much on AHT, because we know this customer will not be satisfied in 180 seconds. Probably he need 320 seconds. Fair enough. But we don't want to get his second call, because the kind of background it is. So we don't have a niche business. We have a niche business within the whole business. So basis the business, we deal with them. Yes, there are employees who attrition works there, and to handle that kind of people. So there are intelligent and intellectuals within the organizations who always demand proportionate to the kind of challenge vis-a-vis the skill they have. So if we don't enhance the difficulty, the skill level goes down, because that is not matching. So you have to create a flow. The basis, the challenge, and the skill, you have to match that. So you have to transfer within the organization, within the group, to satisfy this kind of person. And during the life course, maybe some people go down, maybe some people become a lot of ambitious. He has done his MBA, he has done something, graduation. So keeping on that in metrics, you have to keep on. So this will make little your attrition down, the way we handle these two other areas, we work on that. Now, coming to the next part, yes, how traditionally we deal your objective, because whenever we are dealing with customer, there is a process, defined process. Every organization, every interface has a process into it, and once you run the process, customer has its own perception. While you are running your process, your employee has the perception what to do, how to respond to this, and the result is the outcome. This is the normal way of doing it. I have a little understanding of life coach to embed it in this, the way we work. I'll take 2 minutes, make you understand. In the social analogy, if you have gone through the justice system, the justice system says that there are 7 acts, one person is making others to die. So please bear with me this kind of a slide on the corporate show. But the decision of the judiciary is not dependent to the act. It is dependent to the attitude while doing an act. If the attitude while doing an act is rarest of the rare crime, the judge gives hang till death, because it is not allowed to live in the society. Next day again he will do a crime, because he's that level of personality. He doesn't have a control on his mind. He's lost it. But if it is a death where he has not gone for a theft with a motive of making die, but during the course of interaction, the other person died, and if it is proven by this accused advocate that he was not with that intention, he is getting 14 years jail. And when somebody is driving with wine, rash driving is allowed up to 80 kilometers or 90 kilometers based on line. But if it is proven in the court that death has happened because he was not doing rash but also drunk, so the penalty is up to 2 years, otherwise it is 6 months. And if it is innocent, a case where somebody is stealing somebody's chain and she or he has hit her back, it is innocent, scot-free. So this is kind of the acts, the same acts, but the judiciary is making results different. On the other side, police has taken a challenge, challenging a criminal is antisocial. There is a reward. With the courage and the risk, he has hit him and he is getting rewarded. See the contrast. Whenever the motive is very poised, very passionate, very serving, he is getting a different response from the person. And by design, the military, the family is told, if you get a phone, it may happen that he is no more because the kind of duty he has to serve, the risk of the life is still the call of the duty. I am also paid, he is also paid, but his parents have to sign. So by design, he is doing beyond self. So, and the rarest of the rare kind of people, bravery, who has killed enemies of to that sort, he is given an award on the 26th January as the highest gallantry award. So the contrast here I want to bring in that when you act beyond self, the response is very high. When you act with your selfishness, self-motive, the result may not come to that level. And that happens, a small example, last, how I give in life coach. When somebody goes in temple, gurdwara and masjid, those same food is very tasty because the cook, while creating that, is in the different mindset. On the other side, when we go home back, probably he or she has fought with his boss or her boss. She's not a good frame of mind. The same food cooked doesn't give me a taste. So this is the contrast. So accordingly, the works, when we deal with customers, if you are really passionate to serve him, if we have that ambience, then a customer is bound to be very happy. But if customer is not happy, probably I have to see my state of affairs this side, why complaints are coming now and then from some pocket or person specific or the area specific. So in the last slide, because I'm an electrical engineer, you have heard, 5-star ACs, 3-star ACs, 1-star ACs are no more there. So similarly, the kind of people we have in the society, which I referred on the -3, -2 level, are kind of these people who have a lot of reactive energy, fear, anxiety, hatred, jealousy, bell curve. They are grappling with these kind of energies. They don't have active energy left in a day to serve himself, to serve family, to serve society, to wherever he's working. So we don't want to recruit people and take people who are 1-star or 3-star. We should promote people. Even if they come 3-star, we should make everybody 5-star. Thank you so much.